Yo, what's going on, boys? It is March 25th. March 25th. I left the States January 28th. So it's been about 2 months since I've been traveling out of the States. I live in Chicago, the Windy City. I love Chicago. Chicago's incredible, especially if you live there, you understand. But just being out, traveling, solo traveling specifically, I gotta say, I don't think I've ever traveled this long out of the States. No way. This is the longest for sure. There is some things that have taken place in my own body, my mind, everything that I can't unsee. And a lot of it is just social. The social dynamic is so fucking different here and everywhere else I've been to. Except Turkey, maybe. I don't like Turkey. Turkey's weird. But everywhere I've been to aside from Turkey, especially Morocco, the social dynamic is so fucking open. There's no people walking around with headphones. Nobody's like, scowling at you. It's a very open, social, friendly environment. Even if you don't speak their language. Like to tourists, they're super social, then tourists are social back. It calibrates you socially again. It gives you a feeling of what life used to be like when people didn't give a fuck about, minding their own business. Like, I feel like in America, it's just like, there's so many hard lines, invisible hard lines, and people follow them, and it becomes this antisocial culture, which it never used to be like that. Growing up for me, dude, we were fucking social, bro. I was knocking on my friends' doors. I was, if I wanted to pick up a chick, I would go up to her in school. If I wanted to do this or do that, you just do it physically. But America's accelerated so fast with technology that everything is just to the source. There's no middleman. You don't have to talk to anyone anymore. It's just to the source. If I want food, no middleman. I don't have to talk to a cashier. I get to the source. And then the source brings it to my door. Or the source makes it, gives it to the middleman, it brings it to my door. I don't have to talk to anybody. With places like these, it's like a step back in time. Like, look at my surrounding, It's nice. These are very old fucking buildings. Who knows when they were built, and they're still remaining, they still stand. People still live in them. The culture's just like that. Everybody is welcoming. Everyone's open. Everybody's not afraid of communicating. And that has had a byproduct effect, essentially, on me. When I'm in the States, I'm not social. When I come here or anywhere else in an area like this where it's super social, I just become way more fucking social. And I gotta say, the whole point of this video is kind of really trying to point out that being social and knowing how to socialize has a huge impact on your mental health. And you might not even understand until you travel or come to a place like this where your day-to-day is just filled with talking to people. I mean, I'm solo traveling and I feel it. I'm not even traveling with anyone, and I feel it on a daily basis where people are just like so welcoming and so open, and I'm like, man, this is fun, this is nice. Every time I go somewhere, I just feel good. I'm like, no matter where it is, it's a coffee shop, a gym, if I'm at a fucking bus stop, like, you can just spark up conversation with anybody, bro. Like, my Uber drivers, like, they came over and chilled with me the other day. They drove me once, we kicked it off in the car, and I invited them over to the crib. Like, that is the dynamic. And if you're constantly isolated and not socializing, or have these hard lines that are invisible, that you feel like, I don't want to talk to people because people are just so in their own zone, which they are in America especially. I don't know about the UK or Europe, but America, it's crazy. You need to break out of that to understand what it's like to be on the other side. Right? You should go to a country where it's not as developed, technology hasn't taken over every fucking single increment of life, and understand, okay, this is how it feels like to be outside of this bubble that I currently live in. How do I feel? How does it make me feel mentally? How are my social skills here versus there? A lot of people think they're like antisocial or they have bad social skills. That's not the case. I think more so than anything, people are just afraid to socialize. They're afraid to put themselves out there and talk because their environment doesn't promote being social. So they think their social skills are fucked, but in reality, you're playing in a field where people don't advocate to be social, even if they don't say it outright. It's just a very invisible hard line, like I keep saying. When you come to a place where everybody advocates to be social, you have no choice but to become social. It's not even in your it's like how you became antisocial in an environment that promotes antisocialness. You will then become social in an environment that promotes socialness. That makes sense? If you come to a place like this, whether it's the Middle East, whether it's Northern Africa, whether it's South America, you will in 1-2 months time become a completely different person socially. You'll be like, holy fuck, I don't even know this existed within me. And it'll make you a lot happier, especially in your day-to-days, because when you just constantly don't talk to anybody or just communicate via text message, Discord, whatever, you have this underlying need that you don't really understand to want to socialize more. You just don't get it because you've never been to an environment that promotes it heavily. Once you come to an environment like this, you just feel like a different person on a day-to-day, and it's fucking crazy. I love the USA, I do. I fucking love my home. I love where I grew up. I love driving on country roads. You know, I love the fucking freedom the USA has, but it's a completely different climate for just personal dynamics. It's so fucking different. Like, another thing is here, they don't have like these weekend parameters. Bro, people are lit 24/7. Every single day of the week, the streets are fucking buzzing, bro. Buzzing. It does not matter. Work is not this contingency on, oh, if I can do something, I can't do. They don't give a fuck, bro. And I love that because I come from a place where it's so measured. It's like Monday to Friday, you do this. Then Friday to Sunday, you're allowed to have fun and allowed to socialize and allowed to let loose. Here, it's like, yo, let loose, bro. Let loose all the time, every single day, 24 days, 24/7, 7 days a week. And it's just such a different dynamic. It really is, guys. And I would say, if you're watching this video and struggle being social and feel like that's missing in your life, you gotta grow some fucking balls, take a risk, go somewhere that you've never been to that's less developed for a month, 2 months, and you will come back to this video and be like, holy freak, what a life-changing journey. And then you can't unsee it, and then you'll start going yearly or every 3 months or every 5 months, just to refresh your ability to socialize and put yourself in an environment that promotes socialness. Because America just promotes professionalism. Be a professional, make money. These environments promote another aspect that you really need to hone, and that's your socialness. That you can't just completely neglect certain aspects. You have to hone all of them. You got to learn how to be a professional. 5 days a week, don't do shit, and 2 days a week party. But then you also got to learn what it's like to be super social 7 days a week. And you can hone every single element by just simply visiting and putting yourself in environments that promote X. Well, that's my cue, guys. This is by the thunderstorm. I'll see you in the next video.